It is day 3 of the Tommy Morris Jr. murder trial. Thanks for joining us once again for Color 10 News Midday. I'm Lauren Barnes. Morris is accused of causing a car crash in 2018 that killed Dana Sowards of Nixa. Our Bailey Stroll has been following this trial since day 1. And Bailey, you're at the courthouse now. What can you catch us up with so far on day 3?
Yeah, this morning, among other witnesses, the defendant himself, Tommy Morris Jr., took the stand and gave emotional testimony, admitting to hitting and killing Dana Sowards as he ran from police. And Morris told his lawyer he thought he had a green light on Scenic before the crash, but then wasn't looking when the light turned from green to yellow to red. When asked about Sowards' death, Morris did show some remorse, at one point saying he didn't want to hurt anybody. He didn't want anyone to die, adding, quote, "I wish it would have been me." Morris apologized to Dana Sowards' family and even addressed some family members by name. Cross-examination has started on Morris and ended with Morris running down the list of the 9 prior felony convictions he has for drugs, forgery, and other offenses. Now, the cross-examination has ended and the court has taken a short recess as the prosecution is deciding whether or not to present more evidence. If they decide they are complete, the closing arguments will move on, and then we are still expected to have a verdict by later this afternoon, so we will have the full report on that tonight at 5 and 6. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Bailey Stroll, Ozarks First.
All right, Bailey, thank you. We have other breaking news this morning. Missouri State football coach Dave Steckel has stepped down from the program and will not return for the 2020 season. This comes on the heels of a 13-42 record in 5 seasons at Missouri State. Sports director Dan Lucy reports this morning the school and coach Steckel have agreed to a contract buyout of $340,000. He met with athletic director Kyle Moats at the end of November. That's when the two sides decided to split. The buyout money will come from a private fund from the school. Stay tuned to Dan Lucy for more later today and always on OzarksFirst.com. New at midday, the Greene County 2020 budget will be made official later today. It totals $233 million, which includes, among other things, $45 million for the jail expansion project, $1.25 million for a mental health drop-in center, $1 million for more election expenses, and more than $500,000 to replace old sheriff's vehicles. Around the region, the Centerton Police Department in Arkansas has built an extra layer of security for its officers just weeks after Fayetteville police officer Stephen Carr was shot and killed in his police cruiser while parked behind his department. CPD has added lights and cameras and enclosed its parking lot. This fence now keeps officers and employees out of the public sight to avoid another attack on law enforcement. Using community resources, the project was finished in just weeks. While it was feasible for Centerton PD, enclosing the department isn't as attainable for Fayetteville, where the attack happened.
All of us have some fear automatically built into the situation. That's why, I always ask the question between what's the difference between bravery and courage. Courage is still doing something when you're afraid of doing it. We don't need to have that when we're here at our home base.
It's really hard in our area with all the buildings around us and in the confined space to do the things that, say, a police department in a rural area with lots of land could do.
In April, Fayetteville voters approved a bond measure of $36 million for new police headquarters. The new facility will be a campus-style concept with 3 buildings, one for the main police department, another for training, and indoor pistol and rifle firing ranges. In more local news, a person has died and 2 others are seriously injured after a vehicle hit 3 pedestrians in Camden County late last night. The Highway Patrol crash report shows that a driver had pulled over on Highway Z and gotten out of their car around 10 p.m. 2 other drivers, including 67-year-old Philip Johnston, pulled over to help the first driver. That's when another vehicle hit all 3 pedestrians, killing Johnston. Local experts encourage you to test your home for radon. It's a tasteless, odorless, and colorless gas and the second leading cause of lung cancer. One way the gas enters your home is through cracks in its foundation. Experts say over time the gas can build up, resulting in levels that are potentially dangerous to your lungs. They say any level above 4.0 is considered harmful to your health. However, we are told it's relatively inexpensive to mitigate your home should it present high levels of radon.
This month typically has the highest test results, and it has to do with wet soil and the cold temperatures. So if you're concerned about radon, this is a great month to have someone come and deploy a test. And if it's high, then you can fix your house.
When you're exposed to the radon gas, as I said, it enters your lungs and then it causes DNA damage over time. So it can take 5 to 10 years for you to develop that lung cancer. What you can test, though, is your home and your workplace.
Let's take a live look outside Springfield right now. A shaky tower cam once again here at midday, and a busy day in the weather lab for you, Elisa.
Yeah, that's just the precursor, right? The warm, windy, clouds, some showers tomorrow. Heavy rain sets up with a flash flood watch. Severe weather too, and snow. Lots to chat about coming up next.
From Color 10, Ozarks First. This is Color 10 News Midday. And now weather with meteorologist Elisa Rafa.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. It is really warm out there right now, 57 degrees with clouds and really steady southerly winds sustained at 25 miles per hour. That means that the regular steady wind that just keeps going is 25 miles per hour. Then you get the gusts even higher. Those come in more momentary basis. We're looking at temperatures about 5 to 15 degrees warmer now than they were yesterday. 57 degrees in Springfield, nearing 60 up at Lake of the Ozarks in Clinton, a pair of 5s in Branson. Here are those southerly winds that have really picked up. They're sustained near 20 miles per hour, finding gusts nearing 40, 38 miles per hour is that gust right now in Springfield, 33 miles per hour in Rolla. Now we're so windy because the storm system that we've been talking about all week, a piece of it is starting to strengthen and deepen and really develop just to our north and west. And that's what's pulling in the gusty winds for all of the state of Missouri actually, and then into Illinois and the Great Lakes there. So we'll continue to be windy through the day today and into tonight. It's also pulling in that warmer air air mass because it's a southerly wind. Temperatures near 60 through the day today on those breezy south winds. We have a lot of cloud cover out there, and we keep it through the day today. Moisture is increasing in the atmosphere, so we'll find some showers are starting to break out from Texas through Arkansas. So we'll start to find more of this head north with more showers breaking out as we head through the afternoon today. Now that moisture increase is going to be so significant, we'll have a soaked atmosphere by tomorrow. A flash flood watch is in effect for our entire area. Starts 6 a.m. Friday, ends 6 a.m. Saturday. So through Friday and Friday night, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain with some locally some totals, especially as that front comes through, could peak at 6 inches. So and then we've got the dry vegetation, right? There's not much in the soils to really suck all that stuff in. So that's where that flooding issue comes in. We also have that severe risk. You see the yellow slight risk includes Springfield and then points to the south and southern Missouri, northern Arkansas. This is where we have the greatest threat for damaging winds and maybe an isolated tornado by Friday evening. So hour by hour, we've got clouds out there today. Some showers continue to break out through the afternoon. Temperatures warm near 60. Shower coverage increases overnight. Temperatures stay very warm in the 50s overnight tonight. By tomorrow, the actual front works its way through. So after about 2 or 3 o'clock, we'll start to find that line of storms roll through during the evening hours here for Springfield. You can see that line making it to Springfield by about 5. It works its way eastward through the evening hours, where by midnight it's in the eastern Ozarks, and it should hopefully clear shortly after midnight. Now notice, look, we've got that severe weather to the east. Temperatures already tumbling towards freezing with a mix up to the north and west. So we'll start phase 2 of this pretty quickly. Again, the rain forecast about 2 to 4 inches, pretty widespread, and then some of those higher totals as that front comes through. Then we get the cold part of this where temperatures tumble going Friday night into Saturday. We're looking at a light mix to snow, higher accumulations up around Kansas City. There'll be snow on the ground if you're going to the game on Sunday. We'll have falling temperatures and blustery winds. So about 1 to 2 inches of snow in Springfield and areas to the north, about 3 inches possible near Clinton and Lake of the Ozarks, and then not much snow accumulation as you go to the south. So again, a list of hazards to track: the heavy rain and flash flooding, the damaging winds, and maybe an isolated tornado threat. Tumbling temperatures giving way to a mix of snow and some cold wind chills. We'll likely have some slick roads by Saturday afternoon and evening. 59 degrees today. Showers move in. We'll stay pretty warm and windy. Very warm with temperatures in the 50s overnight tonight with those showers. Showers, thunderstorms, and that heavy rain setting up tomorrow. 61 degrees there. Then temperatures tumble on Saturday with that mix to snow. Again, accumulating about 1 to 2 inches, and then nothing on Sunday.
Still ahead, the murder trial for a St. Louis man accused of robbing and then killing a store clerk is over. The question about his mental capacity that had family at odds with the court, and the verdict, is next. Welcome back, everyone. In St. Louis, a jury convicted 41-year-old Antonio Muldrew of first-degree murder, among other charges, for the robbery and killing of a convenience store clerk in July of 2014. A 32-year-old Ethiopian refugee was shot 5 times and killed during the robbery. He'd been raising money to bring his wife and 2 kids to the U.S. The defendant's relatives were concerned that the defendant was put on trial because he was bipolar and also suffers from schizophrenia. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt took part in the prosecution. It was the first time he'd done so since taking office, but says it will not be the last.